Hello, welcome to Lakers Live, a post-game show presented by the Ultimate Sports Show. Joined by Manny, as always. Manny, great to have you back, man. Hope you had a great time off. Um, man, Lakers tie up the series. Series is tied 2-2. Lakers lose 100-92. A lot of things to talk about. Obviously, offense is the biggest story of this whole game right here, and obviously Anthony Davis, his health, and just where he's at right now. First things first, man. What went wrong for the Lakers today? Because I mean, their offense we just looked completely flat. We just didn't have it, and your key to the game is always containing Booker, typically.
Yep, it
And
is.
it wasn't even about containing Booker today. I think more and more it was about the offense. What happened to the offense?
You hit it spot on right there, Aaron. Our offense was absolutely, excuse my French, but trash. Absolute trash. And I'm gonna get into the offense. Not only did we score 92 points, we didn't even get 100. But I will give you the credit on the Lakers defense, because we are the best defense in the league, and we did only hold them to 100 points, which is very good. But the thing that bugs me most, Aaron, is the fact that we shot better from three than the Phoenix Suns, and they still took the W and we took the L. And you always say my key to the game is taking Booker. We did just that, but because he shot 1 for 5 from three, and we got 17 points. We shot 1 for 5 from three, and he shot 5 for 14 from the field, which is very good defense from us. But the thing is, it's the inconsistency from Kuzma that still continues. I don't understand it. The guy is like addicted to shooting when he can't make a lick of his shots. 11 field goals. 11 field goals. We're only making 4. That's not gonna cut it, Kuz. I'm sorry. Like, I've called you out many times, but I'm gonna tell you right now on the Ultimate Sports Show. Honestly, if Rob Pelinka wants to trade you, you can leave LA. I'm done with your BS. You're not that same offensive player that you were the first 2 years in LA, and also shooting on 5 from 3. I don't care. But Dennis Schroeder, remember I called him out game 1, and then game 2, game 3, he ended up rebounding from those bad games. Well, he started a bad game again in game 4. And when it's a nationally televised game, Aaron, on ABC, you cannot come out like this. This is an absolute embarrassment, because the whole world pretty much has ABC. We have ABC here in Canada, and everybody saw how bad our offense was. But the main thing about our bad offense, I'm going to say the third quarter. The third quarter was the worst out of all of them, Aaron. Not only did we give up, I mean, giving up 27 points is not, like, I wouldn't say the worst, but we only scored 15. 15 points in the third quarter when you have a team led by LeBron James. I don't get it. And also, shout out to Matthew, our AV guy, and shout out to my former college guy, Tice. And Tice, you're right. We've been saying Marc Gasol needs to start along with AD, because when he starts along with AD, the spacing of the court is a lot better. Guys are able to flow from that, and there's a lot more open shots that happen. The problem with us is that we let Phoenix get too many open shots. When it was an 8-point game with 2:35 left, we had to let Jay Crowder, out of all people, get a wide open 3 on us. Like, we had like 2 guys in the paint, and then we let him get a wide open shot. Nobody was covering him. Like maybe we can think about covering him. And then you brought me up a good point, Aaron, before we went live, about DeAndre Ayton. We do not contain Ayton at all. We literally let him drive to the paint, get easy dunks, get easy layups, and I don't like that. And then Chris Paul, man, like, not only am I fed up with him this whole series, that he's been like an absolute like goon, that he's been trying to injure our guys, but we really let him get 18 points and 9 assists. Like, come on. And we let him shoot like 60% from the field. I'm not happy with this game whatsoever. But Laker Nation, I know you guys on Twitter are very vocal. I'm one of those guys that's very vocal on Twitter as well. But Pump the brakes, guys. Do not panic.
No.
Remember what I said before the series started. I said
Uh-oh.
Lakers in 7. I was going to say Lakers in 5 if we continue Booker, but I mean, that didn't work today. But I'm still going to say what I said before the series started. Lakers in 7. We will bounce back game 5, or if it's even if we go down 3-2, we'll bounce back game 6 and then we'll win game 7. I'm very, very confident, Aaron, and all of Laker Nation. And obviously, Tice, because, I mean, you're not a Laker fan, but you're a LeBron fan, so technically you kind of are a Laker fan. But I'm saying Lakers in 7. Guarantee we're going to win in 7.
I think, honestly, I'm still going to... I was originally Lakers in 5. I'm originally Lakers in 5. I will just say Lakers in 6, because I think if you're going to finish off anything, game 6 would be at Staples Center. If you're up 3-2, you know, you want to take care of business. Because winning a game set. Okay, winning in Phoenix is not the same as winning atmosphere in LA. You know, you're dealing with the crowds again, which is obviously, I mean, the crowds obviously impact the game more.
Absolutely.
It's obviously about the game. But obviously I think Lakers are going to be more motivated to get it done at Staples Center if that's the case, because if you have to go to Phoenix and have to deal with a game 7, that adds a lot. Like, don't get me wrong, the Lakers aren't afraid of a game 7. I mean, game 7's the winner go home. It doesn't,
absolutely.
It's all the pressure's on everybody, so on both teams. So every possession, every turnover, everything is on each other. So I think honestly the main focus the Lakers need to work on right now is making sure Anthony Davis is okay. We didn't expect him to go out. It obviously turned because of his groin injury, but you know what? You hope he's okay, Manny. I mean, if he's not okay, the Lakers are not going to keep going. It's plain and simple, because not having Anthony Davis is like anybody else not having their main superstar. So, it's impactful. It's like. It was like with the Durant and the Warriors when he was there, when he went down, and then when they lost Klay Thompson. Those guys, people add such presence in their lineup that there's spacing, there's the defense, there's the offense. Obviously, AD is more of the both-sided. But, I definitely will say that if Anthony Davis is okay by the time we get into Tuesday, it should be a different game. I think the Lakers are going to be a little bit pissed off more on the aggressive side of things and just say, look, you came in our building and you absolutely dismantled us in the second half. So we're going to come into your building and shut down your fan base too and shut you guys down. So I think that's just how it's going to be. There wasn't anything dirty about today's play, which was encouraging because everything else was pretty clean. I mean, it was a pretty clean game. A lot of trash talking, which I'm okay with because that's part of the game.
Of course.
But I mean, the turnovers again, Manny. Medina and I were talking about this again. The turnovers, having too many turnovers. We had a total of 16 turnovers in this game. It's frustrating. It's just you got to be smart with the basketball.
You're right. Turnovers have been a problem. We've been talking about this the whole season and in the playoffs, and it still hasn't got fixed. But if I'm going to be honest with you, Aaron, I'm not worried about Anthony Davis because we all know the player he is. Yes, I know it'll be a little concerning if he doesn't play because that's like LeBron not having AD is like Batman not having his Robin. But look, like as I mentioned to my boy Nick on Twitter before we went live, is that LeBron was able to play through a groin issue last year, and we won the championship. So Anthony Davis could definitely fight that off. He could definitely, come in like Game 5 on Tuesday in Phoenix and just dominate with like a 30 and 15 game. Like he's definitely capable of doing that. But another thing I want to bring up, Aaron, is Frank Vogel because his rotations have been, Matthew, honestly, I was talking to my friend today, saying that because he was saying like Vogel's rotations have been awful. Will he get fired? I'm like, I was thinking I'm like, why would we fire a coach that won us the championship last year? But then I'm thinking more about it right now, and I'm like, I would give him the boot. If he does not get his rotations together, he does not get his stuff together, definitely going to get the boot in the offseason, because I don't understand why. Like, I'm going to go through a little bit of the depth chart a little bit. Montrezl Harrell only plays 5 minutes. Really? Markieff Morris plays 8. And where the hell was Talen Horton-Tucker? Our young phenom, 20-year-old guy who hit that clutch shot against the Knicks before the season ended, sorry. Like, I don't know why Talen Horton-Tucker wasn't playing. We need the young guys to flow with the old guys, because that's how the NBA works. When you have a combination of young and old, that's how you're going to win. That's why we won last year. We had a combination of young and old. And if you don't have that, how the hell can you repeat as champions? I'm confident we're still going to make either the conference finals or the finals. But the thing is, we have to get our stuff together. If Vogel does not get his rotations right, we can be in a lot of trouble. Personally, I say Lakers in 7, but who knows if that'll even happen? Who knows if like imagine the Phoenix Suns wins the next 2 games and then we're out of the first round. Like, if that happens, Aaron, all the fingers are going to be pointing at Frank Vogel. You could have done this better. You could have done that better. You could have done this better. You could have done that better. That's basically what all the when he's talking to the press after the games. That's what you're basically going to hear from the reporters and from the media. So he's got to get his stuff together, or else we can be in trouble here.
I think honestly, when it comes to that, if because we have to say because nothing is ever set in stone with the playoffs.
Absolutely,
anything could happen. If the Lakers move on, Vogel's gonna say, "How do I assess the next round? What did I do great in this round? What did I not do great?" That's if he makes adjustments. If the Lakers do move on, beat the Suns, then you're gonna see Vogel say, "Okay, look, I need to make an adjustment now. So what can I do better? What didn't I do great this past round?" A lot of these guys didn't get a chance to play much. Where was Horton-Tucker in this round? Where was Montrezl Harrell? It's the other things. It's the other guys that have gotten forgotten about. Obviously, they're without Kostas because he's on a personal leave of some kind, so he is actually not with the team. But, it's like Ben McLemore came in the game today and started off great. And it's like, okay, well, cool. He should have played a little bit too. Maybe put him and Caruso in the game. If you're going to have LeBron, that way you have LeBron be his his traditional small forward spot. There's many situations you can go about how the game went, how this series is going so far. But honestly, it's the coach that's going to make the adjustments, that's going to make the correct adjustments, is going to win this series, is going to help his team win this series. It's going to put guys in the right spot. And it's obviously, if Vogel keeps going, if the Lakers keep going, Vogel technically is a very defensive-minded coach. That's what made him so good. So,
Facts.
Maybe it's just the system he's trying to run on the offensive end. He's trying to run something similar instead of running more of a triangle-based system where you have guys that could be inside more and still have ball movement, but it's more focused on inside the paint versus the three-point line, bringing back some of the old-school basketball. If that's the case. But do I think Vogel would be fired after this season? I don't. And that's only because you brought us a championship. You make the playoffs. If the Lakers did not make the playoffs, and they were absolutely horrendous this year, along with the injuries, obviously I would say that's inexcusable. There's nothing you could do. But the fact is, he got us a championship last year. The thing is, I think that he needs to look at is he needs to go over more of the footage from the bubble. And just say, what was I running here? What made us so great? What made us so deep? And obviously, I can answer that for him right now. It's paint production. It's you went away. You didn't shoot as many threes. You literally, if we took away half of these Laker threes that they're making a game, and you put all those baskets on mid-range shots and points in the paint, it'd be a completely different story.
What do you always say, Aaron? We live by the 3 and we die by the 3. And that's our problem. Yeah. Like you said, we need to take more layups and just drive to the lane and get fouled. But I don't know how that's going to work the fouls really, because LeBron can't make a free throw to save his life. Like, it still pisses me off since the day he came to LA that he cannot make his free throws. But the thing is, I agree. Absolutely. We should really do what we have to do to win another game. But the thing is, I see your point on Vogel that I don't personally. I don't think he'll get fired. But if we lose in round 1, I think he should, because of the rotations, and because he's been very inconsistent with his rotations. The thing I don't understand, it boggles my mind, is the fact that Kyle Kuzma plays more minutes than Ben McLemore. Look, I'm not gonna say Kyle Kuzma's a scrub, but he's very inconsistent, and Ben McLemore has actually been a very good 3-point shooter for us. Why not decrease Kuzma's minutes and make Ben McLemore play more minutes? We got him on the waivers for a reason, Aaron. We got him on the waivers for a reason, because we know he can make open shots, and we know he's very aggressive. We saw that when he was, if I'm not mistaken, in Sacramento when he started off his career. On Sacramento, he was a great shooter along with Buddy Hield. Like, those two were basically their go-to 3-point shooters. And now with the Lakers, he's only getting started. He's been making a lot of them. So I would say we should literally give Kuzma less minutes. Will Kuzma be upset about that? Absolutely. But if I was coach, I wouldn't care. You deserve to get less minutes. You're not contributing. In the NBA, this is how it works if you're a coach. You always got to give tough love. Tough love always works. If you're not playing good, go grab some bench. If you're playing good, your minutes will get increased. That's how I go with it.
They were saying during the game that they were saying that, look, Mike, their Monty Williams, the way he handles himself with his team is he just says, look, if you don't step up, if you're not playing great, then I'll bench you, and I'll reduce your minutes substantially. So I definitely will say, when it comes to minutes, and when it comes to production, when it comes to the playoffs, you can't make up excuses. Look, Kuzma, I got to give him a little bit of credit only because he scored the ball, which is something Manny, how many times have we been asking Kuzma to score the ball, or even just do something, actually putting up numbers. Yeah, right. But I would have liked to see him go after more rebounds too, because you know what? Did you see the Lakers get any offensive rebounds in the game?
Not many.
Exactly.
Not many.
Where was Kuzma?
We only had 50.
Where was Kuzma grabbing offensive rebounds? Where was Kuzma on the defensive end, reaching in there, helping out, box out, helping out Drummond, helping out Gasol, say, I got you. I'm right here. I'm in perfect position right now. Let me grab these rebounds. Let me scoop in here. Let me start the break. Let me take the ball, grab the ball, throw it to the open man, and start the breaks going. And there was just none of that. That's what the Lakers do best. When we're rolling and we're playing great, the ball is moving. The ball's moving. It doesn't stick. Guys are in the right spot. Now, don't get me wrong. When Anthony Davis is out of the picture for a second, it's readjusting yourself. But it's really not that big of a deal when you already acclimated to all your guys where they should be. And obviously, other people that should have played. Like, why didn't THT play in the game? Even if you really wanted to, you could have thrown out Jared Dudley for all we could. Jared Dudley's still a veteran guy. I mean, yes, he might not be the quickest guy, and yes, he might be a little bit more about energy based, but at least he could have helped you out. Like, he's a little bit of a tough defender still. He's still got some of his wits together. And
he can still knock down some shots, absolutely.
Exactly.
Even though he's played very limited minutes last year and this year, yeah. He was known for hitting like a few shots. He would come in like garbage time sometimes to make some threes. But I'm glad you brought up the rebounds though, Aaron, because to only get 50 rebounds as a whole of the team,
terrible.
It's incredible. It's incredibly awful, and especially when you have guys like AD and Marc Gasol and Andre Drummond that are 3 7-footers, and we ended up only getting 50. I don't understand. Like Anthony Davis. I'm not gonna hate too much on Anthony Davis because he did have an injury and he didn't play many minutes because of his injury. So, David at AD, you're safe. You're safe this post game. I'll tell you that you're safe. But Marcus Gasol, 8 rebounds. I'm not gonna say 8 rebounds is bad, but you should be getting in the double-digit rebounds. You're very capable of doing that. I've seen you do that in Memphis, and I've seen you do that in Toronto. You should do that with the Lakers. I've seen you make a lot of 3-pointers, which is very good. You're able to come in, even if you take like 4 or 5 threes a game. You're able to make like quite a few when you're on the court. But your specialty is being a center, is getting boards, and that's what I want to see. But Andre Drummond, what are you doing? Only taking 3 shots. That I'm not very happy at. I get you had 10 rebounds, but you only scored 5 points. Like you're known in your whole career, and Aaron, I'm sure 100% of you agree on this, that Andre Drummond is known for getting double-digit points and double-digit rebounds his whole career. He's only creating double-doubles all his careers in Detroit and on Cleveland. But he didn't do it tonight. Tonight was a must-win game for us to go up 3-1.
Yeah.
Think about it. We could have closed the series on Tuesday, but no. Now it's a whole brand new series because they tied it. So, what are we gonna do? We can't do anything as fans, but the thing is, we just gotta be hopeful. We gotta hope AD is able to play through his groin issue like LeBron was last year, and we gotta hope our rebounding is a bit better, and we gotta hope that we can score. Like if I'm Frank Vogel, Aaron, one thing I want to do if I was Frank Vogel is you guys are not going back to your houses, to your wives and to your kids. You're staying right in the Staples Center, and I'm giving you guys a massive shooting drill, at least for a couple of hours, to do a shooting drill in order to get yourself ready for the next game. And if we don't do it tonight, we take a flight tomorrow morning to Phoenix, in the Phoenix Suns arena. We'll do it there, the shooting drill, because our offense needs.
I think Manny's having some technical issues, guys.
There you go. My Wi-Fi's back.
There we go.
Okay, back to what I was saying. Like, absolutely, we should really get our shots together. If not tonight, when we take the flight home to Phoenix, the fight on the road to Phoenix. That's what I think, in my opinion.
Yeah. Honestly, you know what's even interesting more is Medina brought it up too, is during the pregame show we said, look, if the Lakers had finished this out on Tuesday and said, okay, Tuesday we're letting it all go out, like let's finish this round out. Think about it this way: if they finished it Tuesday, that's more rest, because the Denver and Portland game are probably going to go 7 games, so more rest for the Lakers just became not much rest, not a lot of rest for this team. So they kind of hurt themselves, it's, but honestly, who's to think that, with Davis getting injured today, I get it. We get that he's injury prone. We get that. And he's trying to overcome that. He's been overcoming that as well. I don't think anybody's as worse as Andrew Bynum. But,
yeah, true.
At least his body is pretty good. It's just about how fragile he's been. And unfortunately, he's just one of those guys that just is a fragile person. And when he gets hurt, he gets hurt. But obviously, he's pissed off. I know he's mad. And I was just looking at some of the stuff that the Lakers were already saying today. And they says, look, we were relying on our sets based around Anthony Davis tonight. That is all related to him, and that took a toll, Manny. I mean, you gotta just say, look, if I'm Vogel, you gotta adjust real quick. You gotta say, okay,
Absolutely.
I need to put other guys in here. I need to make a difference here. I need to make this team, we need to click on all cylinders. LeBron should not have had to play, so many minutes and related to it. I do agree that they pulled him out. That as soon as the Lakers were up by 10 or 12. Don't pull them out necessarily in the game. They should just let them ride out the rest of the game. At least go into halftime feeling good about yourself, feel good, maybe be up by a few points to start the second half. And then, vice versa, whatever it may be, at least the Lakers are playing up ahead right now. They have a better chance of saying, all right, cool, let's start off the game great. Second half, let's go. Instead, it was second half, we're not checked into this game. We have Kuzma coming out here, which is different, which is normal. We're not having our normal guys out here. We're not having KCP out here, which is another piece that they were missing today too. Not only on the offensive end, Manny, we were talking about it as well. We've said that obviously KCP, yes, he's not shooting the ball great, but his hustle and what he brings to the team on the defensive end as well is what was missed, and it just did not transition well tonight.
I'm glad you brought up KCP because his 3-and-D was very missed. And that's what you need in today's NBA. Defense and threes is basically the whole moral of the NBA, like today in our days. And if we don't have KCP doing that stuff, it's gonna be hard. Already that was a bit of a crutch for us that we didn't have KCP out there, and then the fact that AD ended up going down with the Roy injury, I called it right there when AD went down. I was like we're losing this game. Because the reason why I said that is because it's exactly what happened. LeBron ended up playing more minutes than he should have. LeBron is good playing at least like 33 to 34 minutes. He ended up playing close to 40 minutes tonight. And that's because he didn't have his Robin with him. So he had to be the full-on Batman and the full-on Hulk out there and just carry the load. And obviously, if you're a 36-year-old, it's not an easy thing to carry a full load of a team. He's not the LeBron that he was in Miami and in Cleveland. So it's going to be, it was really, really tough for him to do, obviously. And then, obviously, our threes were abysmal. I mean, 32% is not the best, but I will give us credit with the fact that our defense is still very good despite AD not playing the full game, because we did hold them to only 28% from the three, Phoenix, and Devin Booker 1 for 5 from three, very good. That we held them down to that. So it's and I saw Dennis Schroeder actually working really hard on defense, which I really, really like to see. His defense has actually been very key this entire series, and if we have is 3-and-D this series continue, we can definitely pull this off. I mean, with AD not being there, Dennis Schroeder has to just play like he normally did in the regular season, because Dennis Schroeder, we remember this stat, Aaron, in the regular season, I think we were like 6-1 or 7-1 in the games that Dennis Schroeder plays a decent amount of minutes along with LeBron and Anthony Davis. So it's very key if Dennis Schroeder keeps playing. And then LeBron James, obviously, if he doesn't have to play many minutes, he'll be a lot more better, because obviously 1 for 7 from the three is horrid, absolutely horrid. I know he got 25 points and 12 rebounds, but LeBron is known for facilitating as well. And LeBron only having 6 assists, I'm surprised at that. I thought he would get more assists than rebounds, but I guess he was very effective on the rebounding end, which I really, really like. But Marc Gasol's got to get a minute increase, and Kuzma has to get a minute decrease, in my opinion.
I think, in the end, I think things will look. I think honestly, things will look different. The next 24 hours from now, even. I think the Lakers just got to say, look, we got to make some adjustments here. Obviously we're all waiting to hear what the news with Anthony Davis is. He left the arena. He did not do any press afterwards, which is not surprising, to go get treatment or go whatever else he needs to do. Let's just hope it's okay. That's all we can do, is that's all we can hope for, and say, hey, he just needs to recover from this and got to play through it on Tuesday, because he doesn't play. If Anthony Davis does not play anymore and they shut him and he's out, there's not a good chance for us of winning this game again. There's not a good chance for us to win this series against Phoenix, because we're just going to be undermanned a big piece of our offense and our defense. So we'll see what happens, though. I mean, I think if we get Anthony Davis right, and Schroeder comes out to play on Tuesday, and LeBron come out to play on Tuesday, I think the Lakers are going to mean business against Phoenix.
Yeah, absolutely. That's not even a question. Like, if those two are playing and they're effective, we're definitely gonna bounce back. We did that game 2 and game 3, but like I said before, it all has to do with our offense. That is our main issue right now. Yeah. Obviously, like there's turnovers that are a big issue for us, obviously. But what I'm gonna go by, it's the offense. 92 points for a team led by LeBron and AD is absolutely atrocious. I was talking about this game 1, the fact that we only scored. I think we only scored 90 points in game 1, and I was like heated, like really heated and fuming from that, and I don't want to see that again. This game I won't be too hard on LeBron and AD, just because AD, he had the groin injury. But the thing is, if those two were healthy, like 100%, and we only scored 92, I would be on both of them way harder than I am right now. Absolutely. And like I said before, Frank Vogel, if you're watching this, which you're probably not, 1, fix your damn rotation, and 2, either tonight at Staples or tomorrow when we land in Phoenix, shooting drills. Lots and lots of shooting drills. If we don't do those shooting drills, I don't see our offense fixing anytime soon if we don't do a shooting drill, because that's going to make the guys more comfortable. They're going to be comfortable in their own skin to actually shoot and make high percentage shots, instead of just shooting and chuckling any 2 or 3 and then just shooting horrible percentages like we did tonight.
Oh yeah, Manny, you hit it right on the spot. I think honestly, it's not only shooting drills. Get your defense right too. Make sure you're looking over film, especially because Lakers know exactly what they did wrong tonight, and obviously Anthony Davis was a big piece to their defensive sets because they're normally run through him as well. And you know what? Time to adjust, time to be ready for those opportunities. It says, hey, if he's not playing, this is how we're going to go about it. If he is playing, then we treat it as normal and we come out there with a bang and we're aggressive on the free throw line, because we did not shoot as many free throws as we did in game 2 and 3, and that really showed a lot too as well. Now, don't get me wrong about the offense. Wasn't great, but at least the free throws that we were getting in the last 2 games before that were actually pretty good. So all that action tips off. The next game is on Tuesday. So that means games at 7, which means we'll be live at 6:30 for Lakers Live pregame show presented by the Ultimate Sports Show. Guys, enjoy the rest of your night. For Manny, Medina, and myself, we'll catch you guys Tuesday, 6:30 p.m. on the West Coast. Also, make sure you're following our Instagram and along with our Twitter and our Facebook and our YouTube pages. Take care, guys, and enjoy the rest of your weekend, and happy Memorial Day weekend.
Peace.